Max, I mean, this is crazy that this is going on. What's your take on it?
Okay, well, Washington Post just came out with their big report. They spent 2 years with this report. They've got a website called Top Secret America. 850,000 people in America are on the highest clearance for secrecy. And they cobbled together all the companies that are working together to create what they call a fourth branch of government, the top secret branch. And prominent on the list is Google. You know, Google is prominent in Top Secret America, so I'm not surprised with the Obama deception. And the key here is that the military-industrial complex that people used to talk about is given away purely to the information-industrial complex. And so obviously InfoWars, you correctly predicted this years ago, that information would be the battleground, and you're fighting the InfoWars, and you've been fighting really against this clandestine, multi-hundred-billion-dollar secret part of the American government. And obviously, when you put something up like the Obama deception, and you've got folks who are pushing that up and dominating the search results and skewing the public's perception in the very carefully crafted publicity and propaganda to keep people away from thinking intelligently about some of the wrongs being done, they have to act, and they act in the way that you've just seen them act. But you're getting so big now that you got them to reverse themselves, so kudos to you.
Well, I have to tell you, Max, my sixth sense, my spidey sense is off the charts. This is not fun getting this much attention, but I've set out to mobilize the people to defeat these globalists. And what you hit on, and what the Washington Post admits in this Top Secret America 2-year report, this is them coming out in the open. The Washington Post is the top Bilderberg Group paper. The Grahams have been attending for 50-plus years, the owners. They are the ones that are there to whitewash everything. And they basically claim they're reporting on it, but they're really just selling it to people. When I read the SPP documents that Judicial Watch sued and got 3 years ago that I talked so much about, there is the Fortune 100. It's a little over 100 companies, the top ones there, at this BAMP Canada meeting, and they'd had others. And the first item of agenda was, this is under international corporate government security. All of you were sworn to secrecy. We need a carbon tax to fund the world government. We're going to shut down all the industries. And this corporate body is going to vote, and then the head of the Mexican, U.S., and Canadian State Departments will implement through the agencies. This is the highest security level, and it's been released. And so the corporations have meetings, they give orders, and it is carried out. And that's what this is. They're merging the four branches of the military with Google, with YouTube, with Yahoo, with Oracle, with a handful of others, and they all admit they're going to take the web all over, block everybody else. They'll get all the business. There's a revolving door between government and these corporations, so the people in government will then get jobs with them and then go back into government and around and around. And this is a total global corporate coup over everything with 800-plus thousand private corporate spies, part of InfraGard, where they are all government agents with license to kill powers, according to mainstream news 2 years ago, via InfraGard. They are being trained to literally kill employees if they ever try to save the country. This is hell world. This makes the Nazis look tame in organizational skill, Max.
Well, I agree with you that major media, mainstream media, including the Washington Post, are totally compromised by what you call the globalists, what are now being referred to openly as Top Secret America. But I think that occasionally some truth manages to get through, and if it becomes a big enough problem, then move to position B, which of course is your false flag attack. So in other words, I don't doubt the credibility of this report. What I think it came through now at the 11th hour, apparently insiders at the paper and the media wanted to block this publication or wanted to find out more about what was in the publication, but now it's out, it's on the web, people are seeing it. So now I believe the timing for the false flag is here, because this is a bombshell report. This is going to really send shockwaves throughout Washington. So
I want you to elaborate, but I want to interject here. If 1/300th of the nation, and that's counting men, women, and children, so it's even higher, if 1/300th or 1/300th, 1 out of 300 is a top secret spy, and they admittedly, for every top secret spy, they probably have as many as 10 auxiliaries. I mean, you're talking about a Stasi-level number where probably 10% of the people in the country are now spies at one level or another for this corporate takeover. I mean, and they're funding themselves with tax money. This is a takeover. This is a criminal enterprise, just like Goldman Sachs for 30 years put their people in every management and regulatory position before they robbed the country. This has been a long-term strategic plan. And, of course, they were profiting the whole time, taking over the infrastructure while they did it. I mean, this is diabolical.
Well, the idea of spying and spies, going back a few decades, it usually gets back to corporations seeking intelligence on other corporations. And this is really the CIA and these organizations that came out of World War II and a lot of the corporate work that was done in World War II transformed into this intelligent network of corporate espionage.
And it's an unfair trade advantage.
Yeah, and this is, but today, because of the economy collapsing, what we're seeing is something different, a little different, in that folks who want to run the global game are trying to come up with new ways to let's say, replace the current system where people are working for a salary and that salary goes toward consumption. We're seeing a migration toward a system where people are going to be working more for credit. And these credits are being controlled by the same group of companies like a Google or a Facebook or these huge social networking sites. You know, this is a theme I've explored with you before on your show, that currency is being replaced with credits and debits. And if you go to AlexJonesInfowars.com, you will find your online accounts filled with debits. But if you go to Goldman Sachs Propaganda.com, you find your online account filled with credit. And this is a new virtual currency that's coming online, and it's already a multi-billion-dollar industry. A company called Zynga, which makes the virtual currency for online games, is already a multi-billion-dollar industry. People swapping their time for virtual credits and effectively working for 30 or 40 cents a day. And they're happy to do it because they think they're winning something. And it's the combination of these online social networks, the banking system looking for a new form of virtual currency, and the casino industry and all their technology to get people to gamble away their lives have come together. And so this is part of what we're seeing also. They need all this intelligence gathering in order to create this incredible new society of people who are basically just on the web, but only in ways that are approved by the Googles of the world.
That's right. Now stop there, because this is so key. If you read George Orwell's 1984, and of course he worked for British intelligence at BBC in Black Ops, his character is Winston Smith, he said the public won't rise up because of the lottery. And he talks about how people believing they have a chance to win within that fake paradigm is why they would never rise up, because they've been trained to only care about issues of little or no significance and fake pop icons that Big Brother produced and pornography. And that's because they understood psychology 50-something years ago when he wrote that in 48. Now we see the high-tech version of this where everything is about that chance to win. And, I better not get out of the Federal Reserve System because then I'll get none of my retirement, when you're not going to get it to begin with.
Right. You lose all of your chances to win at the lottery. So dollar bills are replaced with virtual lottery tickets. And people will be happy to spend hours, their entire lives, clicking away online for more of these virtual lottery tickets in the hope that someday they, too, will graduate to the higher level in the game.
Stay there, Max. This is so profound what you just talked about.